Hello everybody. Welcome to FNAF Tutorial Part 3 after a very long time. Quick announcement I want to make before I start this tutorial. I made a new Discord server which you can join right now. The link will be in the description, so yeah, definitely check it out. This is the last tutorial of the series. I might make another one with like polishing and stuff, but yeah, after this tutorial, you will have a pretty much finished game. So let's just get right into this. And the first thing we are going to do is make the main menu better, because a lot of you guys said that it kind of sucks, and I agree. We're gonna make it look like the midnight bar main menu. So first, what we're gonna do is this square over here. We're gonna set its opacity to 1. This is an amazing scratch add-on. I recommend getting it. It's called opacity slider. Alright, maybe make the title shorter and larger. Just make everything look a bit better. We're also gonna add this kind of shade over here. Like this, yeah. Or fade, not a shade. Hope you get what I mean. And Freddy is kind of small. We should see his whole head, like, across the screen. Like, maybe like this. Yeah, this is pretty good. Let's just start the game so that we can see it. Yeah, this is really good. So we're just gonna delete these two. And we're gonna duplicate these, make them twitch. Again, you can add the ghost eyes. I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm just gonna make it so that it's something. Oh, you know what? Let's just do it. Great. Cool. So, now when we start the game, it should be these two costumes. Yeah. I would also make this like a bit shorter so that like the switch is more faster. Like something like this perhaps could be cool. 0.06, something like that. Yeah. Alright. The next thing we're going to add is a background. So you can just use any camera position you have. I'm gonna use the office since that looks fine. We're just gonna make this exactly like it is in Midnight Barn. So yeah, make it a bit larger, center it. Cool. We're gonna have to restart the game. So first, we're gonna make this 5, because there's gonna be another object in the main menu. And we're just gonna duplicate this. Delete this forever script, put it here. And go to back layer, that's important, and switch to the costume of the office. For me, it's costume 1, so I'm gonna choose costume 1. Next, I'm gonna duplicate this script and put it over here. And I'm just going to make it move a bit more. So like 7, but not as much on the Y position, so like a 2. Maybe like even an 8. Then we're going to duplicate this. We're just going to keep the if ID 1 and make Freddy also move around with your cursor. We cannot add it over here because then the twitching nor the moving won't work. So we're going to need to add another script over here. Make it move a bit less because he's closer to you, so like 5 and this to 1.5. Let's check this out. Cool. Yeah, seems we made a mistake. Of course, set this to 5, and then this should be working. Perfect. This looks really cool. And we have our next, we're going to add like an animation to the buttons, like in Midnight Barn. So we're just gonna put this a bit down. Yeah. I have it in my backpack. It's kind of a more It's kind of a script that I can't really remember, but just copy this. You're gonna add it to over here to the forever, duplicate it, and if touching mouse pointer, you're going to set this to 5. This is essentially the distance of how far it will move. So if I set this to 6, it will move more. I'm just gonna go with 5. That's like a sweet spot for me. Of course, we're going to add this to the second button, 2. So if touching mouse pointer forever, set this to 5, and now we have both buttons working. This looks really, really good. It's a much better main menu than the previous one. You could also add like a version in the corner, so like go to the title, add a text like V 1.0 or whatever the version is, set it to white, and move it over to the corner of the screen. And as you can see, we have a really simple version number, just like in Midnight Barn. Great. Next, what we're gonna do is make a back of the office, like the room behind the office. So we're just gonna name this behind the office, and I'm gonna copy and also delete this floor, and add like this, maybe a bit lighter, and add like this kind of fade, like this, because there's no light in there. Maybe make this a bit darker. Yeah, seems good. Even this a bit darker. Next, we can make this an even larger fade. Next, we're just gonna duplicate the script from the, no, not duplicate, drag the script from the office into here. We can delete these variables and delete this go forward. And now, there should be something behind the office. Yes, there is room over here. Perfect. We can make this a bit longer too, so that it looks like the floor continues over there. Yeah, that looks amazing. So, now, once we have the polish done, we can make Freddy's AI. So, first, we're gonna go into Freddy's AI. We're gonna make a new broadcast called cam static, a new message, and we're gonna drag this in here. Next, I'll explain why later. Next, we'll add if Freddy position, there's no Freddy position, equals 5, then wait until Freddy's position equals 1. Perfect. What this will do is basically Freddy will have 4 positions on the cameras, and when his position reaches 5, that means that he will be in the office, and this script will wait until he goes back to the cameras. So now we're just gonna make his camera position. So what I like to do is I like to go to the cameras. We're gonna add a Freddy costume over here. Of course, the link to the FNAF animatronics is in the description. You can use it. You can just copy this and start adding it. So, first Freddy position will be here. So we're just gonna duplicate this, or copy this, delete it, and add it to the Freddy AI as his first position. Next, his second position. So we're just gonna add him here, into these, add him like behind these tables. And then if you want to make him like behind these tables or behind any object in your cameras, make sure to copy Freddy, but also the object and put it as the position. We can delete Freddy now. His next position will be here on camera 4, so copy, paste, group him, and we're gonna add him somewhere like maybe like here. Great. These camera positions don't look that great. If I had more time, I would probably make them look better, but this is just to show you how I would make it. Next one could be something like Ham in Midnight Burn, where he's like peeking like this. So we could just copy this, delete it, and add it as the final Freddy position. Great. Now we can delete this costume and start making the positions. So when I receive camera on, repeat until cam on equals 0, and then we're gonna do if else Freddy position equals 1, switch costume to costume 1, and if else cam number equals 1, show else hide. So how this script works, basically when we open the cameras, this will like run forever until you close the cameras, and if Freddy's position equals 1, then it will switch costume to his first camera position, and when he's on the correct camera, that's 1, it will show, else if you're on the different camera, it will hide. So we're just gonna make this for every single position. So if Freddy position equals 2, switch costume to, of course, 2, because that's his second position. And if camera equals 2, show else hide, because his second position is in camera 2. Next is Freddy position 3, so we're just gonna switch to costume 3. But we're gonna make this on camera 4, because his third position is on camera 4. Finally, if Freddy position equals 4, switch costume to costume 4, and if cam number equals 3, show else hide. Now it's time for my least favorite part. From my tone, you might have already guessed what's going on right now. It's the layers. Oh my gosh. Okay. When I receive cameras on, and wait 0.01 seconds. I'm just gonna add this so that it waits a tick for the other layers to like add itself. I don't really know. Go to front layer and go backwards one layer, I guess, because you have the static. And then of course go to X, 0 and 0. Alright. Oh, and when I receive camera off, hide. Great. Now let's see if this is working. So we're in the office, and when we open the cameras, he's here. Yes! And now he should go here. So we'll wait. If he moves, yeah, his AI is too low. I'm probably just gonna add a cut over here. Yeah, he moved, and he's hidden here, and he's here. Perfect, so it's working. Now we're just gonna polish the cameras a bit more. So this is why I added the broadcast cam static. What this will do, it will make the static like change, just like in the FNAF game. So we're just gonna make a when I receive camera on, broadcast cam static. We could just add it like here. When I receive cam static, set ghost effect to 0. And then we can add a show here. Repeat 4. Change ghost effect by -20. Oh no, not -20. Sorry. All right, now we're gonna go to the cameras. When I receive camera on, cam static. Finally, we're gonna go to the camera buttons, and we're gonna add it to every button. So wait until not mouse down, cam static, over here, and finally to the last button, over here. So let's see if this works, how it should. Yes, it does. You see, he moved. When I switch cameras, it kind of changes the static, so he's moving. Perfection. We could add like nothing. Okay. So now we go to the Freddy AI, and to the else right at the bottom, just to be sure, we're gonna add a hide, because his fifth position is in front of the office, and we will be doing exactly that now. So we're gonna call this Freddy in front of you. Kind of a long name. We're just gonna copy Freddy over here, and we're gonna set its x to 0, 0. Why, when you create a new sprite, does it set the x to 36 and this to 20 something? Why does Scratch do that? I don't know why they thought that was a great idea. Anyways, let's stop complaining about Scratch and start making the FNAF game. So we're just gonna move him a bit backwards so that we can see how it would look. Okay. Now he's too far. Yes, this is how he should be. We're just gonna group him, make him a bit smaller. That's kind of too big. Yeah, make him like peek a bit. Yeah, this looks cool. We could also make like an animation, so like duplicate this. Like 4 frames, so he's like this at the first position. Then he's like this. You could turn on onion skinning if you have it. Another fantastic Scratch add-on for animating. Definitely recommend it. Looks great. So let's see if this will good. But first, let's make his AI. So make the AI work of the fifth position. So when I receive start game, hide, forever. Oh, why did not add it? Forever, if, else, Freddy position, equals 5. Switch costume to costume 1, because this is a costume where he starts the animation. Show, repeat, free, because we're gonna add a next costume. Free because there are 3 other animations, so it switched to this costume, and then it repeats free next costume, so like bam, bam, bam. I'm kind of just spitting words over here that don't make sense. I apologize. It's really tiring to make this. Wait 5 seconds. And if, else, we're gonna duplicate this. Door open equals 0. If cam on equals 1. Broadcast cameras off, and then broadcast. We're gonna make a new message, Jumpscare. And for now, we're just gonna add a stop all to see if this is going to work. And also a hide over here. Maybe like in front of this. Yeah, cool. Else, we're going to set Freddy's position 2, 1, and broadcast cam static. So, how does, oh, of course, else hide. So how does all of this work? Essentially, when Freddy's position reaches 1, or when Freddy's position reaches 5, it will switch to the costume and make the animation. It will wait 5 seconds. If the door is open, he will kill you. Else, he will just go back to his first position. And of course, if his position is not 5, he will just be hidden. Great. So, next we're gonna make, again, the layers. So, when I receive start game, duplicate it. Wait like 0.01 seconds again. And go to back layer. But of course, go forward one layer because there is the back of the office. Go to X00, and we're just gonna copy the movement script from the office. One thing I saw in the comments is this script not working. And yes, I'm aware of that, and it is actually not the fault of the code. It is actually a scratch bug, so refreshing the site should work. So, anyways, let's just see if this is working. Alright, Freddy's over here. I'm just gonna make a cut to see if he goes here. Yeah, he's here! And when we close the door, we can't. Fuck. Yeah. Layers. Again. Alright. One bug that I noticed. Over here, this should be 5 seconds, if you don't have that. And 2 layers works for me. Find out what works for you. Just try out different numbers. Alright, it's working. So, now, what we're going to do is make his jump scare. So, we're gonna make a new sprite called Jump Scare. We can just copy his head from the main menu. That is kind of ideal for this, for what I'm doing. So we're just gonna make him here, make him really big, like this, probably like rotate him too, and set his X and Y to 0. Okay, cool. Next, when the green flag is clicked, hide. When I receive jump scare, show, go to X00 and repeat 40. This is really important. You're gonna add a repeat 40 over here. Go to X, pick random -2 to like 3, and the same for the Y. Maybe make it a bit less, like 1 to 2 or 0, and go to front layer. The reason why there's a 40 here, or why I added a 40 is because it's like the perfect length for a jump scare. Like anything below this is just too short, and anything over this is just too long. So I just suggest going with 40. Then we're gonna make like a stop all so that we see if it works. I really don't want to sit through all of this again, so I'm just gonna set his position to 5. Make sure that it's 1. Just the reason why I'm adding this is so that I don't have to wait for so long. Don't forget to add a stop this script over here, so let's just test if this works. Now he should jump scare me. Great. And it stops all. Perfect. So it's working. Now instead of a stop all, we're just gonna make a broadcast message. Game over. Yeah. And we're just gonna hide this. And we're gonna make a new sprite called Game Over. Don't forget to name your sprites. Very important for quality of life. I'm just gonna like add a black screen over here and show it like game over. Make it white, big, and center it. You can add whatever text you want or whatever background you want. This is just a very simple game over screen. So when when the green flag is clicked, hide, and when I receive game over, you're just gonna go to the front layer, go to X00, and show. Finally, we're just gonna make over here on the Jumpscare and for basically all sprites, when I receive game over, hide, stop, other scripts and sprite. Just like this. So, and now we're just gonna add it to every single like in-game sprite. So, into Freddy in the office, night screen. No, not the night screen. Sorry. And this is it. Yeah. For the game over sprite, these game over scripts. And we're gonna make a new variable if we don't have it. We don't. Game running for all sprites. Basically, when the green flag's clicked, set game running to 0. When I receive office, set game running to 1. And when I receive game over, set game running to 0 again. And we're just gonna add this to like these forever loops. So for example, the Freddy AI, there's a forever loop if game running equals 1. I know there is a stop other scripts in sprite, but just to be sure, we're just gonna add this. I added it to Midnight Barn, and yeah, it seems to sometimes usually work. Freddy in the office so that he doesn't jump scare you in the main menu. We're gonna add it there. Even the cameras. Yeah. So add it to like whatever script you'd like. Alright. Let's see. Or no, let's also add a broadcast main menu. Basically, I want to check something. Yeah. When I receive the newspaper or the night screen, it will essentially delete all of the clones and stop all of these scripts. And when you die, it will take you back to the main menu. So let's try this and see if it takes us to the main menu. So Freddy's over here. He should jump scare me now. Oh, wait. Let's also make this wait 3 seconds. So he's jump scaring me. Game over. And now, alright, cool. We're just gonna only hide this, and yeah, it's the main menu. Perfect. And when we just go click on one button, the game is working. Perfect. So we can now set Freddy's AI or Freddy's position to 1 again, and the game over screen is working. So now let's add a timer and a 6 a.m. screen. So let's name this timer. We're gonna make it like for every time. So 12 a.m. could be like in this corner over here. Seems like a good corner for it. Perhaps a bit bigger. 1 a.m. 12 a.m. 1 a.m. 2 a.m. maybe like move it to the side a bit more. Great. Set this to 3, 4, and finally 5. We won't need 6. And we're just gonna name these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally, 5 and finally 6. Next, when the green flag is clicked, of course, hide it. When I receive start game, forever, go to front layer, and wait like 40 seconds. We're gonna make a new variable called time. Set time to 1. Change time, or probably we could just add this to a new one. The forever go to front layer. Change time by 1, and change this to repeat until time equals 7. Then it will do a broadcast new message 6 a.m. Great. We're just gonna of course drag this over here so that when it's game over it doesn't make the time work. Cool. And of course a show. Now the 6 a.m. screen. So 6 a.m. We could just copy this from the game over screen. Set this to 6 a.m. Center it. Perhaps make it a bit bigger. When the green flag is clicked, hide. And when I receive 6 a.m., show, go to front layer, go to X 0 and Y 0, and wait 3 seconds. It will do a night screen. Great. And of course, we're gonna add a change night by 1, but if night equals 6, set night to 5. If you want to have 6 nights, you could change this to 7 and then this to 6. So I want to have 5 nights, so if night equals 6, set night to 5. If you want to have 6 nights, set this to 7 and this to 6. Perfect. And then what we're gonna do is duplicate this, make it 6 a.m. and yet again drag it into every office thing. So here. Oh, of course you don't want to add it to like the newspaper and nice screen. Great. Let's just for now set this to like 1 second to see if this will work. Of course, over here we're gonna add a switch costume to time. Perfect. Now, let's continue. Whoa. What is going on with the X and Y? Alright, so I'm editing and basically this is what happened. When the green flag is clicked, of course, hide it. Of course, add a hide over here. So now we're just gonna continue. So 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Now it should be night screen, night 2, yes. And bam! It's working. We basically have a fully functional FNAF game now. Perfect. Oh gosh. We actually made this thing. I might make a part 4 where I show you some extra things for like things you want, how to polish your game, like add a custom night and stuff like that. I don't know. We will see. Of course, if there are any huge bugs, let me know. I'm not that great at Scratch. There are definitely people that are watching this that are better than me. I'm going to be honest with you. Anyways, I have another big announcement. If you have made it this far, I have made a studio called FNAF Tutorial Games, where you can add your games from this tutorial. I'm going to play some of those games and maybe even make some video about it. You have only 1 week, however, to put the games in it, and then the studio will be closed. So I want you to make maybe even one extra original animatronic, and you might make it in a video. So yeah, bye.